show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is the big story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition. I am so delighted to have with me in studio Mr. Dirk Walters, no stranger to this set, who's been here on so many occasions for so many different things.
I'm home.
You're home, right? I love it when you call it your home.
Of course, always.
Yes, always. Today you sit as the events manager for the BVI Tourist Board and Film Commission, and it's that time of year when we help to promote the restaurants throughout this territory.
Definitely.
It's Restaurant Week.
Yes, BVI Restaurant Week, and which begins the 28th of June and goes to the 5th of July. We're super excited for this.
All right, but before we talk so much about the Restaurant Week, you know, it's customary for me to have the persons who are viewing this show understand how you doing. How you doing, Dirkie?
I am superb. And I know you are as well.
Yes.
Any day above ground is a good day.
Yes.
That's
and
what
you
I'm
know,
talking
sometimes I really love when, you know, sometimes you go on your Facebook page or you just open your phone and there's a pop-up and Dirkie is putting out some positive energy.
Of course.
Energy!
That's right, energy. And just, you know, I always do my best, even on my personal time, of course, you know, to inspire, motivate, and encourage as many persons as possible. Because to me, it's like, even if you could enlighten and encourage even one person, that's a win. It's, you know, so, and you'll be surprised because even with the morning motivation thing, and it's never scripted, I just wake up and whatever I feel in my spirit, I speak to. And sometimes I'm really shocked too because people message me and try to call me even through Facebook from as far as the States and Jamaica, Guyana, and I never really understood. I never really knew that I was really making that kind of impact because, like I say, I get up and whatever I feel, I just speak. Whatever is on my heart and my soul, I just speak, you know. So nice. I really appreciate that and people reaching out to me. I do get a little bit of knockabout from it because they say, no, when I say knockabout, they say, big man, what going on? Why you taking so long to do another one?
Oh.
That's what I mean by knockabout. But, you know, sometimes, like they say, life will be life.
Yes.
So sometimes to find the time and my day starts really early. I'm a guy, I get up 3:34 every single day, you know, even when I'm off. Well, I can't say off because I don't have off days, but so it goes, you know?
Yes,
yeah.
Nice to know. And you know why I marry it well with what we sit here to talk about? The positive energy when we start our day, it transcends to our workplace, our attitude towards what we are committed to do. It's not only about just running in the office and earning a day pay, but going there with energy and, you know, to inspire others. So let's do this job. And especially in a position that you are in.
Yeah, because your energy determines everything, you know. So if you start your day with gratitude, the rest of your attitude will always follow.
Nice.
That's how I feel. You know?
Nice. So let's have some gratitude with a whole lot of good attitude towards Restaurant Week. Tell us.
Yes. So BVI Restaurant Week, of course, starts the 28th of June, goes all the way to the 5th of July. So, you know, not just myself, but the entire events team, the director, everyone included different units in the BVI Tours Board, of course, kind of brainstorm and came up with the BVI Restaurant Week to bring it back because this is not the first time it's being done. It was done many years ago. I know last year we executed Taste of Tortola, and basically it's a whole different kind of thing because like Taste of Tortola, just like Taste of Virgin Gorda, all the restaurants converge in one location,
one space,
you know. But this time we said, let's make it a little different again, revisit perhaps doing restaurant week. So we came up with a unanimous decision. The general consensus was, yes, let's do this to give people an opportunity to as well to spread out because all the restaurants are located, whether it's West End, King Garden Bay, East End, you know, Road Town, the whole of Tortola, so they can spread out and make it a more fun, family-friendly kind of thing and put some different things in it to make it more creative and innovative. So that's what we came up with. And right now, we have 37 restaurants on board, Kathy. Woo. 37. We actually had more than 40, but unfortunately, a couple of them had to drop off for various reasons, you know, staffing issues. And it's part of life, you know. But we do wish them the best and hope that next time around they're able to jump back on board because, you know, staff members, even owners, people get sick, you know, have family members that pass, different reasons, you know, not able to remain on board because of difficulties and resources and things like that in terms of staffing and all of that, you know, because you want to be able to facilitate your patrons, you know. It's all about the user experience. So you don't want to join something and then if you feel like you can't really get it done to the fullness, then, you know. So we understand that, but we have 37 on board right now.
Nice, that's a big number. I didn't expect to hear that many. You could explain to us the requirements that were put to those restaurants for them to sign on?
Okay, definitely. Well, we sent out participation guides actually for Restaurant Week. So if you wanted to be on board, it's basically you're getting on board and saying, well, we would like for them to provide prefix menus. So persons would actually know what they're getting before they go there. And we also have a foodie passport, and it's digital too, but we're going to have some printed out. And you visit as many restaurants as you can throughout the week, which is what we encourage. And if you visit at least 5 and you get those stamps, you get entered in a chance to win free dinners, free meals, and other giveaways as well.
Wow.
So that's really exciting too.
Oh, wow. So how do patrons spread themselves out now to make sure that, you know, I get as wide experience as I could of the different restaurants?
Well, they have their pick. They have 37 restaurants, and it's not just restaurants in the term restaurants itself. We have places that are more along the lines of like food truck style.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, to give it exactly.
Shops.
So you don't necessarily, if you don't have the time to actually sit and have dinner or sit and have lunch, you can go and have takeout and get the same experience, you know, for the same price and stuff. So some of them are going to be providing prefix menus where they have different courses and things like that. And also we encourage them to use from a culinary aspect, we encourage them to use locally sourced and cultural ingredients as much as possible as well. Whether it's soups, it's salad, it's in the desserts, it's in the main, whatever it is, that's what we push, you know. And we also have some theme nights, you know. So we have such things as we have like wine pairings and fine dining experience. If I could go through some of those.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, definitely. So, we have our kickoff, which is on the 28th. So that's kickoff with a celebration of new flavors, and that's on the 28th, and it starts from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the restaurants on board for that are Banana Keat, Omar's Dockside, and Omar's Sandpit, the Pub and Coconut Lounge. And then, like I mentioned just now, we have a focus on wine pairings and fine dining experience. Club 1973 is on board for that. That's on the 2nd of July. We have Farm to Fork, like, you know, you have Farm to Table.
Yeah, Farm to Fork.
Yeah, Farm to Fork. So basically it's a celebration of local produce and sustainable dining. And that is on the 3rd of July. Some of the participating restaurants include Taste, the BVI, and the Pub. Okay. Then we also have Family Feast, which of course hones in on a family-friendly menu and activities. And some of those restaurants include Omar's Dockside, Omar's Sandpit, and the Pub as well. That's on the 3rd of July. And we have something for everyone. So whether if you're into vegan options, if you're into like Mexican, you're into Italian, you're into local fare, American cuisine, or a mixture. So we have restaurants from all the way up at the airport to all the way down at Frenchman's Key to King Garden Bay, you know, just to name a few of the participating restaurants, if I may, Kathy, of course.
Right on.
Of course, we have Prime, we have Pussers, Rhythm and Sands, formerly Kito's, Rymer's Beach Hotel and Restaurant. We have here again, Richard's Corner. That's Latina.
Okay.
Latino. Yeah, Latin
nice
cuisine.
mix, yes.
Right? We have 7 at the Pier. We have Sushi Bar, Bamboshe, Banana Key, that's previously mentioned. Bananas Grill, that's in King Garden Bay. Bell's Cafe, that's right here in Fish Bay.
Yes.
So, you have restaurants participating that offer breakfast, where we have cafes, we have food trucks, we have J Black's Barbecue, So if you have whatever you like, we have Coconut Lounge, Best Burger, that's down at the Pear Park. The Best Cup, Dee's Restaurant, that's up there in East End. Italian, we have Fantasia by Giorgio's, that's right there on Main Street. Flavors of Asia, that's a recently opened restaurant, new. So that's Asian fusion cuisine. Maria's by the Sea, of course. We have MDD Catering Services up there, Lower Estates, on the corner by Sandbox 45.
Okay.
We have Mayette's, King Garden Bay. We have Nardi's Beach Bar at Sebastian's on the beach. Original New York Pizza, that's right here in Fish Bay. Yes. And they know me well too.
And they're into the food van thing as well.
Yes,
too,
of course.
no, yeah.
Of course. That's another home of mine, Hey, the soups there are incredible too. I must say that. I think I'm gonna get a pea soup today, so.
All right.
Right, and we have Sugar Mill Restaurant, of course. The Pub Fort Board, the Watering Hole, Trellis Bay Market and Grill, Virgin Queen, of course. Village Key Restaurant, We Are BVI Sports and Restaurant, that's at the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have Yummy's Delight and Trade Winds Mexican Grill right there in Kingston. So that's 37. So you have a plethora of options right there.
And imagine we don't have them all.
You know what? That's not all.
And look how it's spread out.
Yeah, it's spread out all over. So whether you're Trellis Bay, you're Beef Island, you're East End, you're in Kingston, Fish Bay, all throughout Road Town, West End, King Garden Bay, Apple Bay, Capoons Bay, we got you covered. So we encourage everyone to go out as much as possible. Spread your wings. If you can go to as many as possible in 1 week, or you can hit up maybe 1 or 2 per night as well.
Yeah.
You can sit
like
down.
Like how we bar hop?
Yeah, like how we, exactly.
Restaurant hop.
Exactly.
Yes.
And as much as possible, we encourage the participating restaurants to have some kind of entertainment, whether you want to have karaoke, you want to have a live band or DJ
quiz
or quiz or whatever it is too. Yeah,
nice,
exactly.
Nice.
And we also have seafood specialty going on as well. We have a seafood spectacular, and that goes on the 1st of July. And some of the restaurants in the seafood spectacular are Taste the BVI, and they are formerly at the Pear Park. They're on Main Street now.
Yes,
I saw that. It's a
yes,
big move.
yes.
So Taste the BVI, the pub, of course, Club 1973, and Coconut Lounge.
You know what? I'm very happy that you would have listed, especially those when it comes to seafood.
Yes.
Because I'm in a group chat where I saw recently, persons struggling to find out which restaurant I can go and get seafood specials.
Yes.
And, so I myself was like, I only know 1, 2. I was like, so now to hear that we have a whole line, and I guess there are a whole lot more,
Yes.
so these are things that we could continue to push. So people want to support.
Definitely. And these are just small examples, so there's a lot more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
What it is in it for these restaurants and participating? Okay, I have my restaurant.
Yes.
I think I'm doing pretty well with my daily menu and stuff. What is it for me to gain from participating in Restaurant Week?
You can never ever have too much support. People can never ever have too much knowledge of what they can experience.
Yes.
So even if you have your daily drivers, so to speak, your regular crowd that comes to you, can open you up to a whole plethora of other persons, because we have residents, we have visitors that are going to be here. So picture this, you have persons flying in every single day, persons coming in on the ferries every day. While they're here for that week, they're like, hey, what? There's a whole incredible culinary event going on. Let me try this out. Let me go to West End, let me go to East End, let me go to Road Town, check out all the restaurants, the seafood, local produce and all of this stuff. And you might find your favorite restaurant offer something that you didn't even realize.
Yes.
So when they bring out their specials now and they say, hey, this is what we have, these are the prefix menus and all of that stuff, that's what we push, So just to cover some of the restaurants offering prefix menus as well, if I may, Kathy, right?
Sure.
Omar's BVI, of course, that's Omar's Dockside and Omar's Sandspit there. Prime Restaurant, Taste the BVI, We Are BVI Sports and Restaurant, Bell's Cafe, Coconut Lounge, Dee's Restaurant, Maria's by the Sea, and Mayet. So those are just some of the restaurants offering prefix menus.
Okay,
yes.
nice.
Yes.
So persons can go to the BVI Restaurant Week or Food Fest.
Correct. BVIFoodFet.com, or you can find us on Facebook on the BVI Food Fest page.
Nice,
yes.
Awesome, great. I love this. But before we close off of this discussion, very often when we see the BVI Tourist Board and other organizations promoting foods, yes, restaurants and eating stuff, there's always that conversation that comes up. They need to insist that the restaurants have local traditional food. They must have some fungi and fish and some pumpkin soup and the soup with the peas and the pigtail and the milk and sugar.
Yeah, no pigtail for me, but I'm not knocking or judging who loves it. That's your prerogative. I don't. But that's fine. Yeah. No, of course you understand the sentiment, because you always want to make sure you cover what's culturally known for you,
Yes.
So we do encourage that, as many as possible, as much as possible, provide some local culinary experiences. And I'm pretty sure there are many of them right there, of course, out of those restaurants that I just listed. They regularly have fish and fungi and dumpling and provision and all of that stuff. Salt fish and your fried plantain, your red pea soup with pigtail and sugar and milk. So we're gonna make sure I have that.
Nice, awesome. Well, we look forward to hearing the reports. I know in the past we would have heard of the good record, and even remember there were times when restaurants themselves would say, what, as a result of participating either in Taste of the BVI or Restaurant Week, I've redone my menu because we realized that these are some things that are in high demand, but we never knew until the influx of people start flowing through, and you see they're able to develop towards the demand.
Of course, and that's part of the reason, the whole premise of it, to assist and help them, because it helps them in developing what they're offering to their patrons as well. And it's an incredible amount of marketing and promotion, because it's not just we put up billboards and put it on social media. We actually sent the social media team out. We actually took high quality, high res videos of the samples, the food with the chefs, had a good time with the staff members and stuff like that, and really push them and encourage them. So it's been a great time. I myself went out and tasted a couple of the dishes. So trust me, they have some really great stuff coming. So go out and support all 37 restaurants in BVI Restaurant Week 2025.
Okay.
And not forgetting, this is just part of the series of BVI Food Fest events. After this, we go straight down to November 4 and they got a Lobster Fest.
Yes.
And we have already started. We've been on the ground in the trenches, as I always say. Just last week or week before we went to Anegada. We had a community meeting. We have a follow-up. We're going to start pushing that right away within the next week or two, maybe, getting that out there, getting the feedback and see certain things we could tweak and do better, because at the end of the day, it's all about the community and it's all about the participating establishments. Get that feedback from them, and we're going to get it going. So look forward to seeing you all. Yeah, it's right around the corner. It seems fine, but as you click, because we have festival and then...
Imagine!
Yes.
Imagine festival.
Yes.
So quickly, before we wrap up, just remind persons the dates and what are the benefits of a person supporting Restaurant Week.
Okay, so the dates are BVI Restaurant Week, the 28th of June to the 5th of July. That's going on, and make sure you go out and support all 37 restaurants. We have food trucks and cafes as well in there, little corner spots, so make sure to support them all. And the benefits are, you will be assisting in helping persons to basically, get their game, step their game up in a way, and give them feedback. Is a chance to, to liaise with us at the Tourist Board as well. We welcome your feedback and your questions and concerns. So when you see us out, the team will be out at the various restaurants. Stop and have a talk with us. We're going to definitely stop you and have a chat with you, not necessarily on camera and stuff, but we just want to get persons' feedback from the community, because that's what you're doing it for to begin with, for the restaurants themselves and for the destination. And we want to market the destination as a culinary hotspot. So we want to keep that going.
All right, Dirkie, thank you so much for stopping by. And
it's been a pleasure, always.
As we go out, I can't recall seeing you putting out a motivation piece today, but I know something is there to the tip of your tongue. You can leave it with our audience.
Yes. Be kind, be wise. The most important to pay in life, one important thing to pay in life is attention. All right? Energy.
energy, pay attention.
Yes.
Doc, thank you so much. And thank you for the pleasure of your time being here with us on this edition of The Big
Thank you so
Story.
much.
I am Kathy Richards.
Large and small corporations in the BVI can't be wrong. BVI HR, a BVI-based integrated solution of employee timesheets, leave tracking, scheduling, employment letters, HR processes, pay slips, and tax reports, including NHI, Social Security, and Inland Revenue, will make your management of employees easier. While BVI HR can cater to the needs of larger enterprises, it also works exceptionally well for small companies. To sign up, visit bovihr.com, that is BOVIHR.com, or call us at 342-9686.